Hola, mi amigos. Bienvenidos to Next Stop from the Cultural Center of Mexico. Hola, I'm John Olson, and welcome to Mexico's second largest city, Guadalajara, famous for charros, mariachi, and tequila. We'll dive into each of these traditions and much more on this episode of Next Stop, Guadalajara. The fun starts now. Guadalajara, pronounced Guadalajara, is Mexico's second largest city. Founded in 1542, it's a city rich with tradition and culture, but it's also a city poised for the future. Ricardo?
Nice to meet you, John.
Thanks for having us.
You're more than welcome here.
So where are we? There's a lot of action happening right here.
Right now, we are in one of the 4 squares that surrounds the cathedral.
Now let's talk about these statues behind us. They're everywhere.
We laugh at the dead. That's why this time in Guadalajara, more than 300 Catrinas are displayed.
So I noticed there's lots of beautiful horse carriages around. And is this a typical way to get around the square?
Yes, this is for the tourism. But in the past, these were the old taxis in Guadalajara.
Nice.
They have a special name, Calandria. Our cathedral is surrounded by 4 squares. The name of this one is the largest one. This is Liberation Square. If we pay attention here to the right side, you're going to be able to see a man breaking the chains of slavery. Who was that man? He was the famous Father Miguel Hidalgo y Costilla, the one that is considered the father of our independence.
He gave you your freedom.
In the back part of us, John, we see the Opera House.
So that's where it all started.
Yes, by a lady, Mrs. Beatriz Hernandez, the founder of this area. Coming next, we have the Government Palace, Wilgerin. It houses a clock brought from New York, and it was a history. Can you see the hole on it?
Yes.
It was made by a bullet in 1915 from that corner in the back.
Ricardo, how does a guy with one arm paint all of this in 1 year?
That's what I like to know. Yeah, that's what I like to know. Good question.
These are beautiful.
It's a beautiful masterwork, right?
So there's so many different things going on here. What's the overall theme?
Okay, Mexico's conquest. José Clemente Orozco was not satisfied with the conquest.
He wasn't happy with it.
He was not happy
That's
with
why
it.
the dark colors and stuff.
Exactly.
I love the old part of Guadalajara, but you've also got a new part, the hustling, bustling, financial, high-tech, youthful district.
Yeah.
Let's check that out.
Okay.
So Ricardo, your city's also been called the Silicon Valley of Mexico, which to me means economic boom, lots of smart young people. This could be in any city in America right here.
You can see how wealthy is Guadalajara, the 2 contrasts of the old city and the new part of the city.
World-class buildings, it's a world-class shop. This place is amazing. The women will love this.
Definitely.
Well, the guys too.
The guys too, a good place to eat, to have a lunch.
I've never been to a real Mexican cantina.
Well, coming soon, John, I will take you to a very, very, very special, unique Mexican cantina.
Promise?
I promise.
Okay. This is a cool place, Ricardo.
Cantina La Fuente, a cantina with a lot of tradition.
With a cool bike up there that has an interesting story.
One day, a local one, he was very drunk. He was too drunk that he left the cantina and he forgot to take the bike with him. Since 1957, that bicycle has been covered by dust.
Anyone from politicians to students to locals to actors, famous people, not so famous, everybody comes here.
Philharmonic orchestra players, tour guides, tour groups.
Gracias. Salud.
Salud, John.
Coming up, we experience an authentic Mexican rodeo and tour Tlaquepaque. So you might have wondered in the intro of the show what I meant by charro. That's a charro. Before we actually dive into a Mexican rodeo, I must dress the part. Voila! I'm a charro. So I'm a pretend charro. This is a real charro. Eugene.
Yeah, and a judge.
And a judge. So how do you judge all this? I mean, this is very different from American rodeo.
And in Mexico, the conditions are different, and so the people, they make this as a good sport. This is not professional activity. This is sport.
It's just sport.
Sport.
So all the people came here to watch, like they're coming to watch like a normal sporting event.
Yes. And they integrate in a team to compete. But all of them, they are practicing this sport. No, they are not receiving any money for this sport.
Love of the sport.
Yes.
I saw upstairs there's lots of trophies here.
Oh, yes.
You guys are the champions.
Yes. This team, Jalisco team, is 12 times championship in all Mexico.
So when you describe it a Mexican rodeo, because this is a true Mexican rodeo, much different, how would you describe it to our viewers?
How handle the horse, how can rope the horse, how can rope a bull, how can play with the rope riding the horse. In the United States, the cowboys, they try, yes, to do part of these steps.
And they get paid money.
Money.
This seems more artistic to me.
Yes.
Much more artistic. Guadalajara is famous for charros. Why this part of Mexico? Why is it so famous in this part of Mexico?
Well, we have charros all over Mexico, but we have a big concentration here in Guadalajara because it's a big city. It's very cultural, very traditional. That's why it's more popular, this city.
Vive la charrería! Vive la charro! Did you know Alaska Airlines provides the most number of flights from the West Coast to its many destinations it serves in Mexico? They began flying here over 25 years ago and will continue to provide affordable service, whether for business, pleasure, or family visits. For more information, visit award-winning alaskaair.com. Tlaquepaque is the art capital of the Guadalajara area, in fact, all of Mexico, and it's known throughout the world thanks in large part to people like you, Rosie.
Thank you.
So what do you do here? What's your role?
I'm a destination management company, and I receive small VIP groups or large groups and a special interest in culture and design and shopping.
And there's such a variety of art here.
Yes.
Where are we right now? This is just gorgeous.
Oh, this is a spectacular gallery called EO from Ernesto Cruz, and he specialized in giving the agave a new dimension, as you can see.
This light fixture over here, it was blowing my mind.
Yes, can you imagine that?
I can't imagine how do you get it out of here.
Well, there are experts that can ship all over the world.
Of course they for a price, right?
Sure, sure.
You're only like 30 minutes from the center of Guadalajara, but yet
Exactly.
it's such a different feel here. On the weekends, I'm told that families come and walk the streets, and
Yes.
it's a great place.
It's a very safe place. A lot of culture is going on the streets. You can see outside of the restaurant live music. So the people are shopping, eating, having fun, and learning about their culture.
Sergio Bustamante is one of the most famous artists from Tlaquepaque. In fact, he's also the ambassador for the entire world of Tlaquepaque. Who is Sergio Bustamante, Ursula?
Well, Sergio Bustamante is a Mexican artist. Actually, he's an architect.
Oh.
Yeah, he's an architect, and then he started to study art, plastic art, and everything about art.
Walking around this place, there's such a variety. And his newest venture, handbags.
Oh yes.
You must love that.
Oh yes, I do. For sure. I have some.
Okay, Ursula, I appreciate that art comes in all shapes and sizes.
Oh yes, for
But
sure.
what was he thinking about this one?
Well, it is surrealistic art, so it led the people to find out the meaning, you know? You can make your own meaning.
I was thinking that maybe he had one too many shots of tequila, and he actually makes his own tequila too, right?
Yes. Well, you'll never know.
So Tlaquepaque means place above clay. Ceramics are king here, and in fact, all over Mexico, but especially here. This has been in your family for years.
Yes, well, my father began this workshop about 65 years ago, before I was born.
Describe the process. This is a beautiful finish piece. We have people behind us here working hard,
Yes.
taking the beginning stages. What's the process?
Well, this is a reduction fire stoneware. So we paint with wax, with the wax, hot wax, and we paint with a brush. And after we put all the glazes are made for us. They make a reaction in the kiln, and suddenly you don't know what colors will appear after the fire.
So it's a surprise.
Yes, it's always a surprise.
So this is the artistic capital of Guadalajara, but art comes in all shapes and sizes and forms. You're also a musician.
Oh, yes.
Tell us about that.
Well, it's my vocation to make a communication through the music.
La noche empieza a nacer, no le aunque ya esté oscuro, hay que trabajar muy duro para alcanzar a comer. Siguen pintando monitos, los pobres alfareritos, no le aunque les paguen mal, no les quieren pagar más. Alfarero, alfarerito, te estás hundiendo solito, tu familia quiere pan, tú solo bebiendo estás. Alfarero, alfarerito, te estás hundiendo solito, tu familia quiere pan, tú solo bebiendo estás.
Up next, we board the Jose Cuervo Express to the town of Tequila. We're on board the brand new Jose Cuervo Express. Our next stop, the town of Tequila. Bueno, this is what I call a proper tequila entrance.
Welcome to the distillery of Jose Cuervo. My name is Enrique Chavez. And we're gonna start in here. This is the oven discharge where everything starts, okay? As you can see, we have the pineapples, and the pineapples are the agave, the blue agave. We bring all these agaves, we brown it, we put it in the ovens, and we're gonna see what happened after this, okay? If you can see here, we have all this milling process where we take all the pineapples and we squeeze it. We take all this moss, and after that, what we do is we separate the fiber, we wash it, and we deliver all this fiber to this part that you can see here, to these trucks. To these tanks of fermentations that you can see here. This yeast is a microorganism to start eating the sugar, and after a while it becomes in alcohol, okay? So it takes about 28 hours to be in these tanks. After all the fermentation, we take all this honey water to these tanks that you can see here. But now, what we do is we take all the ethanol and we have the first tequila, first white tequila, we call it, okay? Okay, so we have two types of tequila. The first type is 5149. 5149, it means that is mixed with some other sugars. Could be sugar cane, could be sugar corn. And the other type is 100%. 100%, it always says on the label, 100% agave. It means that it's not mixed with any other sugar. It's just agave, okay? And this one, you normally take it alone. Well, now, with friends, but alone, okay? In a shot.
With nothing else mixed in.
Yeah, that's right.
Let's see.
Reserva de la Familia or Family Reserve is one of the premium tequilas here in the house. So as you can see, we don't have that many barrels in here because we have a limited production of this tequila.
Oh, I love this town. I feel like I'm back 250 years ago. So thank you so much for the tour, and thank you for the Family Reserve.
Thank you very much for coming.
Salud. Prost.
Pleasure.
Salud. Salud. Day of the Dead is a Mexican holiday celebrated throughout Mexico and other cultures around the world. The holiday focuses on friends and family who have passed away and is celebrated on November 1st and 2nd each year. It's much more than your basic holiday. It's a sacred event marked by the amazing altars built to memorialize things that the deceased loved. This is truly a spectacular event. Guadalajara being Mexico's second largest city, of course there are many options of places to stay. We chose the ultra-contemporary and modern NH Hotel.
John, you have in the master suite, we have two separates. This is the living room. You have, as you can see, a beautiful view from the city. This new part of the city is very modern.
We love the location. I read on your website, it says where culture meets commerce. It's perfectly described. This is really kind of in the heat of the financial district. Got a beautiful golf course across the street. Lots of good shopping.
We have many options of restaurant. We have casino, we have movie theater, we have restaurants, we have shopping malls, and it's like a gastronomic district.
No, I'm not a big breakfast eater, but I look down at your spread in the morning, which is included. It's pretty spectacular.
Many locals coming to the hotel for breakfast.
Now, this is one of 13 NH hotels in Mexico.
Yes.
How would you describe this? How is this different?
Really, the service, the rooms, the locations, and we have the first place in customer service loyalty.
Really?
Yes, from Mexico, and the tier one in all America.
I've experienced that. Your customer service is bueno.
Thank you very much, John.
Muchas gracias for
You're
having
welcome.
us. Coming up on Next Stop, we celebrate delicious Mexican food and music, mariachi style. The culinary scene in Mexico continues to impress us. All over this lovely country, the food has been absolutely incredible. Tonight we dine in Tlaquepaque at El Parion, courtesy of our lovely host and Chef Pepe. But his name is not Pepe. How'd you get the name Pepe?
I used to live in Allentown, Pennsylvania, and the people has a hard time trying to say my name.
Which is?
Josue Banuelos.
Tell us about the history of this building, because this wasn't always a restaurant.
Right. This building was born in 1887. It was born as a market. This market was for almost for the rich people. They came from Guadalajara and buy things here.
It's a beautiful building. I was walking by here earlier today and I said, God, that would be a great restaurant to feature, and here we are. This is a great time to talk about this drink. This is the most hands-on experience making a drink I've ever had in my life.
We have pomelo, orange, lime, put some squirt, and the tequila.
Tequila. What is this dish? Describe that?
That's huarache, corn tortilla with beans. There we have pozole. It's made with pork, and we have the traditional birria in Tlaquepaque. This is made with beef and goat. Mexico is one of the most beautiful places you can ever be. You have folklore, you have music.
We've experienced the choro, we've experienced tequila. Now, let's experience mariachi. Gracias for tuning in to Next Stop from lovely Guadalajara, famous for charros, mariachi, and tequila. Mucho gracias to this show's sponsors, the Guadalajara Visitors and Convention Offices, Andares de Mexico, and NH Hotels. Friends, we tour all over the world with Next Stop, and this is the best weather we've ever encountered. We absolutely love it here. We also love our show's title sponsors and good friends, Alaska Airlines and the Alaska Airlines Visa Signature Card. Gracias for your partnership. Next Stop. Where will we take you next? Make good memories, everybody.
Yes.
Where are we?
We are at the Galeria IO. From I forget the name. Ernesto. Honey, what's the name?
So after this, after we know all the, do it again. Cut. Do it again.